Hey guys, Buff and Gabe back today bringing out a video. Today we're going over solo builds for Warzone. Getting back into solo gameplay here. Recently, I haven't played solos in Warzone in a very long time. And I will say, I think Verdansk solos is one of the easiest, I want to say. It is definitely difficult in the end game because it is campy, but I am having a lot better luck with it than some of the other modes. I would say Trios is the second best, if not tied with one of the easier modes. I think just the way they both play. So I want to go through solo weapon builds here for you guys. If you guys are just jumping back into Warzone like me, we've been doing some loadout videos here for you guys. And again, this is going to be solo builds only. So some of the weapons are going to repeat from the videos I did last week, but we have different attachments on them because this is kind of geared, again, just towards solo gameplay. You could probably even get away with some of these maybe in duos, but I think solo gameplay is really what we're geared towards here because we're not going to be running many suppressors. So jumping into it here for the weapons, one of the ones I've been running a lot right now is the RM277. So this is going to be the Cronin Squall from Modern Warfare 2, or the RM277 in real life, firing that 6.8 by 51 millimeter composite round. So with this weapon here, again, any red dot, I think, or one times optic works best with this just because it does have a lot of recoil and a fast rate of fire. So the zoomed optics don't really work too well with this weapon. You just kind of bouncing all over the place. Still trying to find the best build, but I've been running this one relatively successfully. The Bore 490, I think, is an important one. I really am not running a lot of suppressors in solos just because it's not as big of a deal in solos to pop up on the radar here and there if you rotate right and all that. But again, a lot of the Modern Warfare older weapons here, you really want to control the recoil, whereas some of the Black Ops weapons don't have the same amount of recoil that these do. So any muzzle break will give you the same stats, but for this one, we're just running the Bore 490. Again, this is just aesthetics, but again, you can see all of the muzzle breaks themselves do the same recoil, kick, and gun kick control. Then flash hiders, things like that, are gonna do different stats too. So, but all the categories, they kind of broke everything down. They do the blanket same stats. So all muzzle breaks and compensators do the same. All flash hiders do the same. All suppressors do the same. So we're gonna run the Bore 490 just to help us control that recoil. Base barrel is fine. The Op X9 grip or the mag pull vertical foregrip, again, recoil control, fire and aim stability, going to be the same with all the vertical foregrips. Horizontals will all do the same, etc. So gonna run that. Gonna run the 30 round mag just because the rate of fire on this, the 20 round magazine is not enough. I don't think in solos you need the 50 round magazine for this weapon. So the 30 round is pretty good. And then we're just gonna run this LAS 44 laser on this thing for aiming stability and aim down sight speed. Cons are lasers visible when you are ADSing, so you just got to be conscious of that. So that is our Cronin Squall, the RM277. Now, while I'm at it, I'll show you just the HDR build I'm using. It probably similar to the one I showed last time, but a little bit different. So we're running the base optic. I think I'm getting a little bit more used to it. Here I'm running the we can swap this out for the mono suppressor now, is actually better now that I have it. So the mono suppressor, we'll go ahead and put that on for bullet velocity, damage range, no minimap ping, aim downside speed, and aim walking steadiness is going to be impacted there. The grain twist barrel, I think, is your best barrel for bullet velocity. Okay, so bullet velocity, grain twist barrel is really good. Damage range isn't as necessary because it is a one-shot to the head at unlimited range. Lightweight bipod, again, just aiming idle sway. It's going to help out there. You really don't need anything for horizontal or anything like that. It's a one-shot bolt action weapon, so I think that's fine. And then overpressured rounds for bullet velocity on this. So that's the HDR build. Let's see, hide the UI. So that's the HDR build. Unfortunately, the way they have it here in Warzone now is like the sniper rifles and some machine guns don't even fit on the screen, so I can't really use them in thumbnails that well unless I angle it. But so if I do a sniper specific video, I'll have to figure something out. But this is the HDR build I'm running. I'm not the best with it, but it is good. You kind of really need to use the HDR as far as snipers go, just because it is the only one-shot weapon. So let's take a look at the RM277 and the HDR here. So here's the RM277. Do a little inspect. Cronin Squall. Again, it does have a fast rate of fire, so still getting used to it, but just pulling slightly down on this, I think it works out pretty well. Just toggle the recoil pattern here if I don't control it. So you can see it's going to go up and to the left. We control it. You know, we're going to bounce around horizontally. It's just going to have to practice on how to control it. That was obviously not good at all for recoil control, but here it is again. So really just got to practice with it. I'm using a lot of different guns here, so you use something consistently, you'll get the recoil pattern down, but you really just want to pull down and slightly to the right. And it's pretty good. And then obviously the HDR, again, just one shot to the head at any range. So going back out, look, one of the other guns I'm running here is the Mark 17 or the Scar Heavy, the Battlefield Promotion Blueprint for the TAC V. Again, another Modern Warfare 2 weapon. So for this one, we're going to run the Leopold Hammer. Gives us that 4.3 time magnification with that top-mounted delta point. Cons are it does have a small glint to it, which I don't love that they added that, but I'm not sure if it's also you get a glint if you use a delta point or not. But again, just kind of be conscious of that. No tac stance, not that there was in Warzone now. Anyways, aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness speed are impacted. Going to run the Wrath Compensator. Again, it doesn't matter what compensator or break you run. It's all going to be the same stats, but the Wrath Compensator is just what I'm running there. Going to run the Magpul Vertical Foregrip again, a 30-round magazine of the 7.62x51, and we're going to run the All-EV laser again for aiming stability, aim down sight speed, and sprinter fire speed. Cons are that it is visible when we are ADSing, so just be conscious of that. I'm going to show you a few more here, and then we'll look at them all in the shooting range so you guys can see it. Another one here is the 6-hour MCX Virtus. So this is my solo build that I'm having pretty good luck with right now. Again, Leopold Hammer, same reasons. The Havoc Extend Havoc 90, again, just for the recoil control. Helps with the horizontal and vertical there. And it looks really nice. The Bruin Echelon barrel. So this is that 14-inch barrel, going to give us the bullet velocity and range, recoil control, firing aim stability, and hip fire accuracy. I think are important with this weapon because the Virtus has a lot of recoil if you try to extend it out with the base barrel. So here with the longer barrel, trying to use this as much as I can to mitigate recoil. Again, you have some cons there, but I think the pros outweigh the cons. Magpul Vertical Foregrip, and then just the laser 7 milliwatt, again, for aiming stability, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed. It is visible again when you're ADSing, so you just got to be cautious of that. But that's the 6-hour MCX Virtus solo build. And again, the 30-round magazine, I think for solos is enough. If you were trying to run that in duos, it could be a problem. But solos, I remember in OG Verdansk, I would run a 30-round mag too. So I've been having really good luck with that. Another one here, let's see. This I didn't rename the class, but this is the Bren 2 in 7.62 by 39 millimeters. So we're using the MTZ 7.62, which is the Bren 2. We're going to use that aftermarket part for the Jack Heretic kit on this. So that's going to convert it from a 7.62 by 51 NATO to a 7.62 by 39 Russian round. So the pros there are mobility, handling, fire rate is increased, recoil control is better apparently, which it didn't necessarily feel like it in the Warzone Modern Warfare 3's Warzone, but it doesn't have nearly as much in this. Gun kick control, cons are damage and bullet velocity. Outside of that, we're going to run a vertical grip, again, Lockwood Precision here. And then we're going to run the Clinch Pro barrel. I don't think there's a right or wrong with the barrels. This is just going to help. I did this one to help with the recoil a little bit. But you can see the aesthetic. Sometimes it's bugged and you can't see what the aesthetic is for it. But here, this one's going to help with the recoil and gun kick and bullet velocity and range. So it really depends on how you're going to use it. Spitfire suppressor. Again, I haven't really been running suppressor with a lot of builds, but you can run a suppressor with this. It'll keep you off the radar. and extend the damage at range of the bullet velocity, which I think is good for this weapon. And then we're going to run the Vortex optic here, or the Dragon's Eye optic, just for a 1x sight picture. So that is the Bren 2, chambered in 7.62 by 39 Russian. And then we'll do probably one more here. I didn't rename this class either, but this is the Malyuk, or the TR-76 Geist. So with this one, we're going to run the SZ Battle Optic. This is one of my favorite optics all the way back from Modern Warfare 2. Used it a lot in DMZ. It just gives you a clean precision sight picture with a green reticle, which you'll see when we go ahead and preview it. Muzzle is empty because we're going to run the Freight 40 barrel. So this is going to give us that integral suppressed barrel. Undetectable by radar, aim and idle sway, recoil control, and bullet velocity are our pros. Our cons are the ADS speed, aim walking speed, and movement speed, which we're going to mitigate that. We're going to run a vertical grip here for the recoil control and fire and aim stability. Base 30 round magazine is more than enough, again, for solos. The 45 is overkill for solos, maybe for duos if you wanted. And then the VLK 7mm laser. Again, we've covered that. Same reason. Help with that aim down sight speed 2 to mitigate. And then we're going to run high grain rounds for bullet velocity and damage at range. Now, you could definitely swap this for another attachment, like a rear grip, or even some of the combs and stocks help mitigate recoil also. But I think this is a really solid Malyuk build. Again, the Malyuk is a Ukrainian-made assault rifle. It is a AKM, and they basically turned it into a bullpup weapon. Is what it is. The core of the weapon is an AKM, and you can see it there in the receiver. So it's basically an AKM repurposed, made bullpup, and it's called the Malyuk. So it's a beautiful weapon. Handles really well in this game. Let's see if there's any other ones. Anything else I'll save for another video, because I don't want this to go too long. So let's go ahead and jump in with some of these ones that we were just talking about. So here's the MCX Virtus. Again, solo build. This thing is, if you go back and look at some of the videos I did last week, I used a different build for basically duos, trios, etc. And it was suppressed, and the recoil was kind of all over the place. Here, it is so much better for these medium range engagements. So again, you just gotta keep in mind that you only have a 30 round magazine, but again, you're not wobbling. You still get a little bit of horizontal, but not nearly what I was getting with the base barrel and a suppressor on this thing. So definitely feels a lot better. And you're getting better range with this barrel also. So, and the good thing about the hammer sight, the reason I always love it, is you have this top mounted delta. It almost says I'm anticipating more recoil, so I'm overcompensating in some of these shots. So that's the MCX Virtus. For solos, let's see, Scar Heavy. Go ahead and look at this bad boy. So Scar Heavy, again, chambered to 7.62 by 51mm. I was running this exact same build just with like a EOTech holographic, just a 1x, but I decided to swap back to the hammer because it really, I think this build, I mean, you're getting a lot of visual recoil, but it's not bouncing off target too much at a lot of these ranges. And the fact that I can even get shots consistently on target at 50 meters, I think is really good. So the Scar Heavy, this is a really great solo build. I've had a lot of luck with this also. And I think the ones I've used the most right now are the RM277 and this Scar build. Again, if you don't like the hammer, you can go ahead and swap it out for just a 1x optic. So we did the Virtus, we did the Mark 17, we did the RM277 already. Let's look at the Bren 2 in 7.62 by 39. So this, again, am overcompensating for the recoil there. It really shoots pretty flat, honestly. So it's a really nice flat shooting gun. This is one that I think can be very, very competitive in a lot of engagements with a lot of the Black Ops 6 weapons, especially like the AK-74 from Black Ops. You just got to get the recoil pattern down. It's not anything crazy. See, I'm overcompensating hardcore there. So it shoots relatively flat, I would say. Definitely a good gun. and it hits pretty hard too. So the Brent 2 and 7.62 by 39 Russian. And then we'll look at the Malyuk. So the Malyuk is 7.62, again, the same caliber we just covered. 7.62 by 39 millimeter Russian round. Again, this is a Ukrainian weapon. It is a bullpup AKM. I did the weapon conversion for it back on Modern Warfare 2 when it came out. If you want to go ahead and Google that or YouTube it, you'll be able to find it. Or look at my Modern Warfare 2 weapon conversion playlist. But, I mean, you got a good rate of fire, and this thing shoots very flat. Not a lot of recoil here at all. If you really wanted to, you could probably even put, like, a hammer or a flip sight on this thing. It's a pretty good TTK at these medium ranges here, when I'm hitting my shots at least. See what it is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shots. Not terrible, not great, but you have a fast rate of fire, so that really, I think, makes up for it. So the Malyuk in 7.62 by 39 millimeter. Let me know your thoughts down below. What was your favorite build here? What are your solo builds that you guys are running? I have some other ones here you can see that we'll show off in another video down the road. And then I'm trying to get some good solo wins, and we'll do some videos walking through some of those wins as well. So let me know your thoughts down below. What weapons are you running in solos or just any Warzone mode in general? Till next time, this is Buffering Gaming with solo builds. Buffering Gaming.